Welcome to another episode of the Mind's Eye with Mike Lowry. I have a special guest for you today, the one and only Mr. Melvin, aka my dad. Today we're going to be talking about purpose and how to understand it, what it means to you, and how to recognize it. Hopefully you can find yours. Welcome to another episode of the Mind's Eye with Mike Lowry. Here I have the one and only my dad. And I just wanted to get some perspective, about purpose and what it means to him, and if it's something that drives him every day. So, Dad, what does purpose mean to you?
Well, first, hey Mike, and thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you.
Well, purpose is, in my estimation, an extremely complex topic.
Okay.
It's a multifaceted topic, but to me, it is. What is my passion? What drives me? What makes me do what I do? That thing, like, for example, a purpose could be, defined as even a jar, for example. This jar was once purposed as a container for honey, but today it's purposed for bringing me water. Mm-hmm. So, in a sense, our purpose changes as our life changes.
Okay.
So pretty much that's what purpose is, what drives us, what is my passion.
Right. Do you feel like you know what your purpose is?
Now my purpose is to share the gospel.
Okay.
The gospel of Jesus Christ. But there was a time when I was working in a manufacturing facility, my purpose was to, even though I was a supervisor, that wasn't necessarily my purpose. I'd learned later in my career that my purpose was to assist other people in finding their purpose. See, oftentimes people make the mistake of thinking that their job or their career is their purpose. And typically it's not. Our career and our job is what provides us with the means to fulfill our purpose. We could have a healthy lifestyle, and all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. A fine career, a fine home, loving and caring spouse, and a loving and caring family, and still be unfulfilled because we don't have that purpose. And we don't know what it is that we were meant to do. We have that feeling that there's something greater for us to do. And for me, it was spreading the gospel.
Okay.
And I feel complete when I do that. I feel the best when I've told somebody about how good God is. And I don't want to make this about preaching or anything, but that's important to me. And there's nothing more important than giving somebody an opportunity to get the tree of life, and that's accepting Christ as their Savior. And finding our purpose is more than just a cliche or a pipe dream. It's something that takes work, a lifelong process. It's something that we have to spend hours on end thinking about and getting the advice of other people and talking to other people and finding out what other people think about you. And to some degree, based on what other people think about what we do and our intentions, we can glean from that what our purpose is. Mm-hmm. So for example, if you're in a room with a group of people and you're having conversations, they can help you define what topics you talked about. So your purpose might be hidden in those topics. You go on Facebook and you're gravitated towards certain topics. Mm-hmm. Well, those topics might be a clue as to what it is that interests you and what your purpose in life is.
Right.
So, and then people go through life and never find their purpose. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, the guy who stands on the corner panhandling. Well, his purpose in life might be to provide you with an opportunity to give.
Right. That's an interesting perspective to have. So do you find your purpose being fulfilling? Like, does it complete you, or do you feel like this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing?
Today, I'm doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing because, as you know, I'm retired, and we live here in a ranch house, and we live in the country, and I have a garden, and there are kids playing in the yard, and I'm content, and I believe I can be content while studying the gospel and sharing the good news with other people. So yeah, I think I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing now.
Okay.
Now, 10 years ago, where I am now I wasn't fulfilled.
Right.
Well, I'm not experiencing the same type of fulfillment that I was then.
Okay.
So it's different.
Well, I guess, for a lot of people that would probably ask this question, to the point you made earlier, why do you think that a lot of people don't find their purpose? Is it because they're not asking the right questions, they're not aligning themselves with the right people, or what is it as to why people don't?
All of the above.
Okay.
All of the above. And even some don't realize that they have a purpose.
Okay.
Some people think that they're here to
Just exist?
exist. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. And that's really what they think life is about. And there was a time when I thought life was a struggle and then you die.
Right.
And what changed that for me was the acceptance of Jesus. And I knew then that there was more. And Jesus' message is that he came to give us life, and life more abundant.
Right.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted more of an abundant life because, well, many years ago I was experiencing some, I guess, lack for the better,
Right.
better word. But I've found that peace is within me, and other people don't dictate how peaceful I am with myself. And that's really about purpose. And I think purpose is a fulfillment.
Right.
When we're fulfilled, regardless of what it is that we're doing, then we have purpose. Another example of finding purpose is in giving. So you might find yourself helping an elderly neighbor, go shopping once a week or something, or working with the children, or even working in the school system, in the janitorial system to help children learn. That might very well be your purpose. And
Well, in that, would you define helping the elderly lady help with her groceries would be more of an assignment, and helping the kids in the community in the next generation be more of a purpose set? Or will you define that as purpose as well, and not just an assignment?
I would say it's purpose, because different people, different purposes. You might very well take that lady to grocery shop on Wednesday, and I might take her on Friday. On Friday, it would be my purpose. On your day, it would be an assignment to you because your purpose is something else.
Okay, that makes sense.
So,
Yeah, that would be my next question. Like, how do you define the difference? Because sometimes I think that an assignment is made to be something that you do and complete, and you may move on to another assignment.
right.
And some people can get caught up in thinking their purpose is what their assignment is, which was only made for a moment, and then you move on to another assignment.
And that could be likened to your job,
Right.
an assignment. Your
Right.
job, like I was using my own job as an example. When I was working at Standardine all those years, my purpose was to help other people find their purpose, and that could be defined as an assignment. I was there to help other people find their place in society, so to speak. And I think I was quite successful in doing that because there were 80 people that worked for me at one time, and those people were able to find fulfillment, even not necessarily in the job that they were doing at the current time, but they were encouraged to go to school, encouraged to do better than where they currently were, because there is always more. There's
Right.
always something more that we could do. Yeah, but life is good today.
That's good. That's good. Then you think it took a lot to get here?
Not a lot, but it takes time.
Mhm.
You know, purpose isn't something that we can do in a couple of hours or a couple of days or a couple of months, and it could easily be a lifelong pursuit.
Right.
But it's not hard because you're going to be doing something anyway.
Right.
You know, that's
Definitely.
what life is. You know, constantly doing something. A body in motion stays in motion.
Would you look at a purpose as like a gift that you have to perfect? Because, like, for an example, I know, like, you used the basketball analogy, like the late, great Kobe Bryant. He always said he wasn't the fastest. He always says he couldn't jump the highest, but he worked the hardest. So he's now labeled as one of the best players that ever played the game. So was basketball his purpose that he had to work to get to? Or it was just something natural for him to be that much of a hard worker than the end result turned into what it was?
With using him as an example, I would say his purpose was to inspire other people
For
to
sure.
be great,
Right.
rather than being a great basketball player. I would say that being a great basketball player was his profession,
Right.
whereas his assignment would be to inspire
Right.
other
And that was the
people
platform
to
he
be
used to inspire. other
exactly,
people.
yeah,
Gotcha.
to inspire other people to be great.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If there's one thing that you would leave with somebody that was trying to find purpose and, you know, struggling with it and identifying it, what would you tell them?
Well, never give up, never surrender, because we are better than the troubles that we face. We're stronger than the troubles that we face. So, you know, and don't be dismayed about not being able to find your purpose or what you think is your purpose, but enjoy life where you are. Be the best at what you're doing. Be the best you. Enjoy your best life and be satisfied and content with where you are and what you have. And that might very well be your purpose, is to help somebody else find their way, help someone else find their purpose. So in the bottom line, we want to live our best life, and we want other people to live their best life. So if you have a defined purpose, that's great. But 75% of Americans don't ever find their purpose, their true purpose, their that calling,
Right.
if you will. So
Right.
I would tell them, don't be dismayed.
Don't be dismayed. That's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
Well, Dad, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Well, Mike, before we leave, I'd like to share with you my book.
Okay.
And I'd also like to share it with the audience, of course. It's entitled Surrender, The Guide to a Richer, Fuller Life,
Okay.
by Melvin Corey. That's me. And when you go to Amazon or Books A Million or anywhere fine books are sold, you have to be specific about the title. Again, it's Surrender, The Guide to a Richer, Fuller Life by Melvin Corey. Basically, it's a self-improvement book designed to help people out of the darkness and into the light about themselves and their relationships and their better half. You see, many of us judge ourselves by what we intend on doing, while everyone else judges us based on what we actually do. And this book is designed to help us to see that and to recognize it. So again, the book is entitled Surrender, The Guide to a Richer, Fuller Life by Melvin Corey. Go out and get you one. Help a brother out. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Amen, brother.
Well, that concludes the episode about purpose. Don't forget to like, share, comment. See you soon.